So I'm George from Pennsylvania, 52 years old. I've been lifting weights since my mid-teens, around junior and high school. Lifted all through high school, a little bit, kind of on and off, through college, and then through my 20s and 30s. And sometimes it was on, sometimes off, but usually more on than off. But it was all kind of lifting with the programs that you see in like all the muscle magazines, like bodybuilder kind of stuff. I could tell I was getting stronger, not necessarily from workout to workout, but I was going up in weight over time. But I never really felt stronger. It was never a goal to be stronger. It was always just trying to get bigger. But did that. Had a car accident then, around my mid to late 30s, and so totally just stopped doing anything, and really haven't trained at all, since then. And then decided, need to do something, just because I'm not happy with where I'm at. So looked up, came across Starting Strength, looked at a handful of other kind of similar programs, but kind of just in kind of listening and reading a little bit about what Mark Ripto was writing, really kind of liked that program.
I'm Deb. I'm actually 1 year older, 53. I'm a nurse, long hours on the feet, and a lot of lifting. And as I got older and hit menopause, everything just started to go downhill. Put on extra weight, so I needed something to help me get stronger. And I never lifted really ever. So I was a little apprehensive at first. Didn't know how it was going to go, but I am feeling so much better.
I'm a type 1 diabetic. I have been since I was 12. Blood glucoses were okay, not great by any means. My doctors were pretty much almost never happy with them, especially my hemoglobin A1Cs. And from the car accident, that constant back pain. So for the past 12 years, I have had back pain all day, every day. It's not crazy, like out of your mind kind of scream, but it's just, I can feel it's there all the time. If I'm really busy into something, I might not notice it, but so I've got that. So that's just kind of the irritation of that. And just the fact that I'm weaker. I mean, I can tell, in just doing things that I can't, I'm just nowhere near as strong as I used to be. So, those motivations are just a big part of why I want to, do some strength training. And I've seen results from it in the 2 to 3 months that we've been doing the program. It was the first night of deadlifts. I was like shocked after my first, maybe not, I don't know if it was on the warm-up, during the warm-ups or not. I think it was actually on the work set. I did it, when I was done with it, I was like, I stood up and like, the back pain is gone. For the first time ever in 12 years, the back pain was gone. I'm like, okay, this isn't gonna last, it's gonna come back. It's just, kind of doing something different with it kind of caused it. But the back pain has, almost been completely gone all the time now. Wow. I noticed that I could, sleep through the night without waking up with back pain.
Wow.
So there was that. My hemoglobin A1C, I just had it tested last week. And my number has dropped into the zone where my doctor is happy. My physician is happy with that number. So, well, I see it as, Starting Strength. And our coach, has given us our lives back. At least for me, I certainly feel that way.
My initial motivation to make work easier. With so many hours on my feet, it really hurts my back. And lifting grandchildren, I would have a backache the following day after they were here. I don't have that now. Back feels so much better. I was really afraid to do the deadlift, thinking that was going to hurt my back. It did not. It turned out to be my favorite one now. Everything I do in my daily life is easier. Just something simple like tying your shoes or having balance to stand on one foot.
Yeah.
Simple things.
Yeah.
Just easier.
Awesome.
I don't know how to explain it. I feel better.
Anything in
With-
particular feel better?
With being sick, like the last couple weeks, and then getting back into lifting yesterday, I really missed it. Like, I could tell a difference, and I know I need it. We had a previous trainer, and we let too much time go by in between the training and actually getting down here and doing it. And I did it, and I felt like my back went out, and that was it. I didn't want to touch it anymore after that. So that was a couple years.
Yeah.
Then you came in, and we had more training this time to make sure we got it right. And I'm able to do it without back pain now, and it's my favorite lift. More muscle, less flab.
So there was the car accident where I broke my back in 3 places, in L1, 2, and 4. And then I also, in the same accident, broke the talus bone in my right ankle in 4 complete fractures. So there was that too. And so kind of a big setback from there. And that's where I gained weight. I was in a big kind of body cast brace kind of a thing for my back.
Wow.
For 4 months, and had just because of the ankle, they couldn't put screws or anything in because of how bad that fracture was on the ankle. Fortunately, all the pieces were exactly where they were supposed to be. So I wore a cast around for 4 months also, and but afterward, really didn't do a whole lot. Over the years, I kept thinking about trying to get in and do something. I actually trained for a marathon at one time, but didn't complete the marathon. I struggled with the training trying to get there. I was of the mindset that running's an important thing to do, and that should be a focus. And when I really kind of thought about what's most important to me, I thought, well, at my age, I don't need to be able to run 26 miles. I'd much rather just be stronger and to get through life. So the back and ankle were kind of setbacks. Had shoulder surgery where it was supposed to be about an hour and a half surgery to kind of reattach a tendon. Ended up turning out to be about 6 hours of surgery, because when they got in and took a look at it, my surgeon was like, it was significantly worse than she had ever predicted, and what they could see on the scans. And so they also had to reattach. So the bicep muscle was the tendon for it was just barely hanging on, so that had to be kind of fixed also. So I lost range of motion, and I was told that I'm going to permanently lose some range of motion just from having to reattach So have some physical limitations with getting older and just kind of living life and having some accidents and stuff.
Yeah.
But motivated to do this though. But I'm surprised that I've been making those jumps in weight consistently, and it comes with the fact that I'm getting stronger each time. And so when you're taking off small bites, I can make those moves up in weight. So it's a surprise, because I didn't think that at my age that it would be all that possible to make them. And sure enough, I mean, it just tells me that my age is not really all that old. Yeah, that, and I guess actually maybe a bigger surprise than even that is that how much better my back feels with doing this. I would have never guessed that this was going to take away the back pain.
Or surprised that I have been able to commit. Mine's more of a mental thing, I think. It does require time and commitment, and I really wasn't all about it when we started. But now it's like, oh yeah, today's a lift day. Got to be home. Got to make sure I'm there.
Yeah, and I'll jump in and say that her willingness to do the program, her excitement for doing the program wasn't there at first. It's gotten better and better as we've gone on. And there have been a couple of times where she said to me, because I finish up work, and she said, "Hey, are you ready to go down and train?" And it's like, so she's the one who's jumping on it right away and wanting to get down here and do this. So for me, that's another surprise, and that just makes me feel really happy that she's excited about doing this.
My goal I'm setting for myself right now is to at least get to that 100-pound mark.
On the deadlift.
Yes, then I feel like I've really accomplished something, and I'm at 80, so it's getting there.
Oh, you were like right there.
So yeah, it's a few weeks away.
Yes.
and then I'm there.
Yeah.
And then I'll
Yeah.
keep going. Totally different outlook on weightlifting and what it meant than what it actually really does. Like, you just think of like these big muscly men in the gym. You know, I lift things up, I put them down, and that's all they're doing. They're like trying to get bigger, but it's about so much more than that. And there are so many benefits that I wasn't aware of. As a nurse, I should be, but I just, weightlifting, what?
And another, that just, starting strength and Rip has all these great ideas for how to make the program more accessible and easier and friendlier, is the Starting Strength app.
Yeah.
We've had a couple training logs. I always use like a notebook to keep, track of my training. And tried the Starting Strength app. That makes it so much easier. It's pain-free now. Kind of doing it. Yeah, it's definitely easier, especially when you're changing weights, you're doing your warm-ups, getting there. It's telling you exactly what weights to put on the bar. It's just kind of saving you from doing that little bit of math in your head and us questioning it. Because a couple of times, either on my lift or Deb's, we realized after doing it and kind of looking at it, we, again, redid the math. We were off there by 5 pounds or something with what we should have done. So again, it's just nice and kind of scroll back through pretty quick and take a look at things. And once you get it set up and configured, which again, takes very little time, there's a lot of nice little features in the app that make it work well. So again, I'd highly recommend the Starting Strength app. I feel so much better, and every penny we've spent on Starting Strength has been I see benefits to it already. I mean, just in 2 to 3 weeks or 2 to 3 months, the benefits are super clear to me, and every penny was worth it. And I would have made other sacrifices, in other things to do this program if that was ever an issue. That I would hear, sometimes the cost of what it is to have a coach come in, and I thought, oh my gosh, that sounds expensive. And when we decided to do it, it's like, what? This is an investment in our future. And that's how I see it. So, yeah.
Less doctor bills, less insulin, less pain medicine, whatever.
Yeah, because really,
It's a trade-off.
Yeah.
there was no medical solution out there for me to, reduce my back pain. And so, surprisingly enough, yeah, it was, having a starting strength coach come in and teach us, how to do the lifts. And then, us having the responsibility to do them. So yeah, there is a cure. Or if not a cure, there's some kind of a way to help alleviate a lot of it. So yeah, in my opinion, I got what I didn't think I could have gotten otherwise. That yeah, if you're questioning whether you should do starting strength or not, do it. The whole
Take that
just
first
do it.
step.
Yeah.